Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned into Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection Workshop, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here, it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling and saving you money and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood. From the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, and those what-the-heck moments, we've got you covered. So grab your coffee, sit back, join the crew, because this is Car Connection, your Monday through Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and I'm shifting it into drive this morning. It is Thursday. We are on the threshold of another weekend. How about that? How about them apples? Well, if you're in the queue for the drive-through, we'll keep you in mind as we prepare our morning swiggy. For those who are new to the channel, good morning. Welcome aboard. We'll try and get you brought up to snuff in a very short period of time. So hang in there. Get yourself a 16-pack of Crayola crayons. We call them writing sticks here. And a leaf bag. Perfect tablet for taking as many notes as possible. But if you don't have a co-pilot, we've got you covered. All the podcasts not only are out there on all the platforms that perhaps your other car enthusiasts might be interested in tuning in, just let them know, search us in the search bar, Car Connection Workshop. We're on Amazon, Apple, Podbean, Spotify, and others. iHeartRadio is our mothership, and all our podcasts go directly into our YouTube channel. That's right, directly into our YouTube channel every single day. So when it goes live at 8 a.m. each and every Monday through Saturday morning, the podcast is in our YouTube channel immediately. So if you're just joining us for the very first time, you only have 246 podcasts to catch up on to be up to speed. All right, so we make it easy for you. More episodes and project details and links are available at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. That's ccbusnet.com. You'll find everything on our homepage. If you'd like to follow the build and repair work that we do and connect with our program partners, just simply click their logo and you will meet them. And thank you for giving them your business, because that means a lot to us. We need our program sponsors, and we need you too. So thank you so much. And to all of you who are subscribed to our YouTube channel, thank you for doing that. If you've not done that yet, would you take a moment to do that? Because there's a couple of ways that you can help us. We're not monetized yet. We're almost at our halfway of our first 1,000. We'd hope that we'd be at our first 1,000 by now, but when we're still sitting at 60% are watching our videos but aren't subscribed, that doesn't help us. So if you enjoy what we do here at Car Connection, at the Car Connection Workshop, and Motormouth's Morning Drive podcast 6 days a week, there are a few ways that you can be part of it. You can support the show. You can check out the Motormouth merch and get your Car Connection maintenance schedule as well. You can order that up. You can send us an email or simply like, subscribe, share the show with another car enthusiast. You do your part, and we'll keep doing ours. And thanks for being a part of the Motormouth community. That's, we have not because we ask not. So there's things that Skippy and I can do. Make the videos and edit and get them up there on our YouTube channel, 2 for Tuesday and a new one every Friday. So you get 3 videos brand new every single week. So here's how you can find us. All our platform links are in the top right-hand corner of our homepage on our website, ccbusnet.com. There's our YouTube channel. Point, click, you're there. There's 500 videos for you to watch. And we're teaching. This is a teaching channel. We're not building hot rods. We're not doing any of that stuff. I've done that for years. And now I want to share what I've learned in 45 years as an automotive service tech, still licensed, still qualified, and still hands-on. I work for Mack Trucks of Canada and also for Peterbilt of Ontario. I had a brain fart there for a minute. So that happens. It does. Somebody else was saying the other day, what were we just talking about? I'm going, we were talking about this. Oh yeah, thank you. I'm your prompter. Yeah, so we also have our community channels as well, which is Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web. So that's all of our social media that you'll catch us on. That's where you'll find reels, bloopers, and outtakes that you will not see anywhere else. We are classified as the automotive expert on the StevensvilleOnTheWeb.ca website. 20,000 visits a month on that site. Our Skippy put that together. She lives in Stevensville. My parents live in Stevensville. My pops is there. And a lot of folks that I like. And there's great family-owned and operated businesses there as well. And if you're looking to do something with the kids, Safari Niagara, that's where it's located, is the metropolis of Stevensville, Ontario, Canada. Some great eateries there as well, and some really nice mom and pop specific shops as well. So good place to hang out for the day and have fun, because in Stevensville, they're people too. Exactly. iHeartRadio, as I already mentioned, that's also a library for our podcast, but it's just as easy for you to pop over to our YouTube channel, which is Niall Motormouth Jenkins, but all the links are there for you on the homepage. And yes, we have a merch store. It's put together by Freedom Expressions. Everything you order there, size, color, and whatever the item is, 100% of the proceeds turn back to Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA, where a new life happens every day. Life changes every single day at Total Freedom Addiction Campuses, Canada and USA. Check them out. If you or someone you know is deeply struggling with any kind of addiction whatsoever, they handle it. And the campus, I'm told, in Sydney, Manitoba, is about to become men and women. So both, a double campus. That is so cool. The community out there has really embraced Rick and Robin, the facilitators. And Total Freedom Dairy and Center, New York, has taken that campus over. And right now, they're out there and sending me pictures. So it's fantastic. I'll share some of that with you if I'm allowed to. I'll just make sure I get that permission to do so. It's absolutely outstanding to see facilities growing and people having their lives change. So if you or someone you know is in that position, get them to our website, click on the link for Total Freedom, and have a look at a campus, and also connect with them. You can connect with any campus all the way down to Florida. All right, let's jump in this morning. I promised you that we would continue with the fall maintenance, one nugget at a time, and that's how we're going to unpack it, because here's the thing. Fall maintenance is, to me, as a service tech, one of the most important parts of owning and operating an automobile. So it doesn't matter whether it's 5 years old, 15 years old, or 25 years old. You can have any vehicle. You can give me the worst nightmare vehicle on the face of the planet, and guess what? I won't have any problems with it. For two reasons. When you know what the shortfalls are of the manufacturer's project that you bought, then you know how to adjust your maintenance schedule to make sure that those items are being watched. No different than with your health. It's no different. If there's areas of weakness in your health, do you focus on the areas of strength to get better? No. The doctor will generally keep an eye on things, right? Keep an eye on things. Your automobile's health is exactly the same way. If you're not good at maintenance on the one you have, you will not be good on maintenance in the next one, in the one thereafter, in the one thereafter. So to those folks, here's what I tell you. You got more money than brains because you're playing the car game. and I mean that, I'm saying that in love, is you're trading a lot of your time for money to make a car payment. But if you're not willing to take care of it, by the time you finish making the last payment, you're lucky if you have the seat and the steering wheel left. So now you got to get back into the game, right? You got to go and get another one. And this is what you don't have to do. This is what marketing strategies have taught you to do. It's a bad habit. It really is a bad habit. You can have a vehicle of any age and it can be reliable. And that's what we're teaching here in the Car Connection Morning Drive with Motormouth, yours truly. And that's what I'm teaching you on our YouTube channel, the basic fundamentals of vehicle ownership. So again, I'm going to take away all your excuses: size, mass, color, language, whatever. Divorce 99.3574126 times. Single, again, for whatever reason, doesn't matter. Or you're widowed. There you go. No excuses. You can learn the basics and prevent yourself from being ripped off out there in the automotive world. Because I see it, and I'm a tech, and I see what's going on out there. And the only way you're going to protect yourself is to find that what I call the golden service department that really watches out for you. Not your wallet or your bank account, but actually cares enough to keep an eye on you and your automobile. That's what's important. When you find that relationship in an automotive shop, you have found a really good gold nugget. So I teach you 5 things in every video on our YouTube channel. So again, I've just removed all your excuses why you can't. You know, it was Einstein that said, if you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, both are correct. Think on that one today. There's something to ponder. That's how excuses are useless. If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, both are correct. The do does and the did is done. So you have to make a decision. You know, my pops texts me. He's 89 years old. He takes care, he's a widow. He takes care of his vehicle maintenance and looks after his car. He still has all his faculties. And he learns stuff like Temu. That has me concerned. But just the same, he orders stuff off of Amazon. He's 89. He's going to be 90 years old in just a couple of months. So what's your excuse? I'm waiting. It doesn't matter. You have to decide. We're always, all of us, one decision, just one decision away from changing your life. Every single day, just one decision. You can choose to be nasty today, or you can choose to be delightful to others around you. You can choose to have a bad day, whatever that looks like, when you wake up, or you can choose to make it a great day. We're one decision. You know, I'm going to take care of my car. I'm sick and tired of buying another one, and then I got to start from scratch. As long as what we've talked about earlier this week, when we were talking about rust proofing, corrosion protection, how important that is, because that's the foundation of your automobile. Just as we have a foundation on our homes, if your foundation is crumbling, you know what's going to happen to the homestead, right? That means the outside elements are coming in, and eventually the upstairs will be the downstairs completely. Yeah. So you won't have to worry about cleaning the downstairs because you'll only have upstairs. So we need to make sure that we're taking care of the foundation of your automobile. The rest is all fixable. And I show you that, proving that to you right now with a brand new series on a 1992 Volkswagen Golf Cabriolet Carmen. Say that 10 times fast. 189,000 miles. That's a California car. 189,000 miles. We tuned that up yesterday into kilometers. I think it came out to 304,000 kilometers. How many kilometers do you have on your 5-year-old car? 60? Maybe? It's not even warmed up yet. So again, marketing tells us by the time you make the last payment, whether it's a 5-year term or 7, you got to start thinking about getting back to the sales department, getting another one. Are you kidding me? If that's, here's my point. If that's all you can tell me that vehicle that I paid all that money for can make it to is 60,000 kilometers, you're out of your cotton picking mind that I want to buy your crap. Forget about it. I'll go find something that's 10 years old that's got 300,000 on it, and I'll make it go another 200. Exactly. I've bought vehicles with 269,000 kilometers on. Best car I ever had. Sold it at 300. That was really stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I still have seller's remorse on that one. I sure do. So let's jump into it this morning. Let's have our morning swiggy right now on 321. Say thank you to Earl and Louise Grant. They're our car guys and gals out at City Auto Sales and Leasing. Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store, guaranteeing you low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. They have in-house leasing and financing available. And I'll tell you, you have not experienced an amazing car buying purchase until you've been to City Auto Sales and Leasing. Because Mama Louise is going to take very good care of you. Earl, the car guy, is outstanding at having the resources to find vehicles that are like brand new, that people have really, really taken care of them and loved on them. That's what they bring in for you to buy. They don't push, pull, drag junk in, or, lipstick on a pig, a skunk in a mink coat. No, you're going to get a great purchase. So there you can purchase with confidence and be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. So on 321, let's get into our morning beverage. Let's see what's happening weather-wise. I didn't see any of those flash flood things yesterday in our area. I haven't heard anything, Niagara region and the South Shores of Lake Erie, but I'll tell you, it looked like it was threatening a few times, but we pretty much had sunshine yesterday afternoon. I was up in Port Colborne running some errands and getting beat up by my bookkeeper. No, just kidding. Not too bad. But anyways, it was nice up there. The sun came on. It was lovely. So on 3, 2, 1, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. By George, I think I got it. That is the flavor I've been looking for. Yeah, that's it. Whoa, that's heavy duty. Excuse me while I pass out. I'm okay. All right, thank you to our certified financial planning professionals. And again, if you have financial woes, whatever it is, I'm telling you this, I'm going to keep it short this morning, I promise. Whatever it is, an investment portfolio, GICs at the bank, that kind of thing, you need to let the fellas have a look. Because you're not making any money. Somebody is, but it's not you. If you're carrying a lot of debt and a lot of pressure and a lot of intense moments of fellowship over finances in the household, here's your way out, is to sit down and talk about that with either Tony Miele or Larry Tetro. These guys, I've known them 20 years. They've been my financial planner for well over 20 years. These are two of the best we have in Canada, certified financial planning professionals. You need a proper estate plan. You need to make sure that is all put together. If you got kids that are 18 years old at home, you need to be their medical power of attorney. That's what it's called in Canada, medical power of attorney. So you need to check into that as well. Make sure that's covered. If you're looking to organize a mortgage, they have great competitive rates and a fantastic mortgage department at IG Wealth Management. The ladies are amazing out in Winnipeg. Stunning. You send them a question, bam, you'll get an answer. Somebody will call you. It's taken care of. Life insurance, critical illness insurance may always seem like an expense till you need it, is a very wise investment. Here's what you get, or you're entitled to through Car Connection and through yours, Motormouth. An hour and a coffee discovery meeting. Take it. Leave your money at home. They're not going to ask you for any money. Leave it at home. Book an hour and a coffee by phone, Zoom, at the conference table, in a box, with a fox, at a coffee shop, wherever you're comfortable. But I would say this: any of those areas are of interest where you feel you need some more clarity, get the clarity. Connect with them. Get clarity and get steered in the right direction. So thank you to Tony and Larry for being a part of Car Connection since 2007. They're there for you. Take advantage of their amazing knowledge. These guys are tuned up. They're certified financial planners, not advisors. Advisors are apprentices and they just sell you stuff. CFPs know all the government rules and regulations with regards to taxes because, folks, it's not about what you make, it's what you keep. And advisors can't help you with that. Advisors can't take your TFSA and invest it in low risk, medium risk, high risk because they don't do that. But Tony and Larry do through IG Wealth. Your TFSA can be invested in different markets and creating dividends. And guess what? That money goes right back into your TFSA. Is it getting bigger or smaller? It's getting bigger. And it's tax-free. Get it? Tax-free savings account. So you can take that money, it can be invested, and make you more money and make your TFSA bigger. They don't do that at the bank. Just saying. These are the things, folks, in my trade and the way my mind works all the time, 24/7, I'm tearing things apart and looking at things from the inside out, how we can make things better, more streamlined, more organized, and get things done faster and more efficient and effective. That's how my brain works around the clock. Everything in the home, everything outside of the home. It drives me crazy some days, but it's the way I am wired. And I'm sharing that with you so that you can come along for the ride. Today, it looks like we're going to have an overnight low of 58 in the Niagara region. Let's see if we're on the rainometer. Ooh, we have a 0 on the rainometer. Hallelujah for that. 60 degrees right now and cloudy, partly cloudy conditions from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. with mostly sunny conditions expected at 4 p.m. Today's temperature range from 58 to 77, cooling down, cooling the jets now a little bit. Feels more like 59 to 77. So good stuff. That's my kind of weather. It really is. That's my kind of weather right there. Yeah. And that, you know, my kind of planet will have fountains of warm chocolate flowing 24/7 with, you know, fruit and nuts and stuff like that you can dip into the chocolate, and it's 0 calories. Yeah, and then dinner every day is a double bacon cheeseburger with a side order of curly fries and maybe a little bit of chili on the fries, maybe. Just saying. And it all equals 0. And then you can have dessert. That's my world. And the cars are fast, and they have big horsepower. Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Thank you to Niagara Block for Kathy and Dave and Dan Grimo's second generation. I don't know how many generations. I shouldn't say that. Next generation. Let's do that. Next generation. Building Niagara since 1931. Building Canada since 1931. They're located at 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, for all your building supplies when it comes to foundational stuff. Building blocks, they make them fresh there every day. Yeah, they do. And also they have the metal you may need, rebar and angle iron, as well as everything you can think of to beautify your home on the outside and create that beautiful backyard space you've always wanted. They have all the hardscape landscaping materials that you can think of and then some. If you're needing a contractor to get you going and get the job done, Kathy Grimo, David's wife, has a list. Yes, she does. She has a list. I'll bet she has a list for him, too. I'll have to ask that. The honey-do list. Yeah, I'll have to ask him next time you see him. She has a list of contractors you can trust to put together a game plan for you, estimate, starting date, and a finishing date based on weather, of course. That's always a factor. So check in with Niagara Block and let them know that Car Connection sent you. 905-356-2221. Well, this morning we're going to cover, as I mentioned yesterday, the cooling system revival. That's what I'm on right now. And instead of giving you 5 things, we're going to break things down into one bite at a time and talk about it. Because I think I'm giving you way too much information on too many things all at once, kind of like sucking on a fire hose. And so we need to break it down. This is the Rubicon time of year for getting your vehicle ready for the next couple of seasons ahead. We never know how long fall will happen before the cold weather sets in, and it can happen quickly, or we might get a little stretch. We might have a home stretch that takes us all the way to March, but probably not here in Canada. Exactly. We get winter, and I'll tell you, along the south shores of Lake Erie, you got to be prepared for everything. You do, because we are sandwiched between 2 Great Lakes, Lake Ontario to the north, Lake Erie to the south. That puts us at what we call the banana belt. You guys can have sunshine in Niagara-on-the-Lake and other parts of the Golden Horseshoe, and we can be having a blizzard for 3 days solid, and we can't see anything. And you go, what? Yeah, that's what we have to anticipate. So we have to prepare. And even our hometown Fort Erie website reminds us all the time to be prepared for 72 hours with no power, no electricities, nothing. We could go 3 days easily without any of it. So it's our town reminding us, make sure you have everything buttoned up, that if that should happen, you're ready to go. You shift into emergency mode. Exactly. All right, let's jump in. So this morning, I'm going to unpack antifreeze. And if you want to watch some really cool videos where you can see me testing antifreeze and seeing the results of some brand new antifreeze right out of the jug, will blow your mind. What's going on out there and why we need to be a prosumer, not a consumer. Exactly. You need to get the right information. You really, really do. Yesterday, I came across a video on lithium batteries, and it was such a delight to hear a company in Pennsylvania that has been selling batteries for generations talk about what I discovered. And I'm not going to take the lid off that just yet, but I said, kudos to you guys. You did your homework. You know what I know. And you know what I know because you went looking and discovered it on your own. They don't sell any lithium-based batteries whatsoever. And there's a big reason behind that. And it's huge, friends. It is bigger than the biggest big. And I will release that weasel very shortly. I'm almost finished all my research because I want to make sure I give you a whole plethora of point, click, and go look for yourself things. So it was great to hear somebody else that's been in business for 100 years selling batteries has discovered what I discovered. Yeah. Amazing. All right, Coolant. And that's what I've discovered with Coolant. That's what brought that to mind. Is it's not all the same, folks. Now they're tormenting us with colors. Now the reason they're doing that is so that you know that you got the right antifreeze for your vehicle. But I'll tell you this, unless it's a European car, it doesn't matter whether it's pink and yellow with purple polka dots. It's antifreeze. The only reason they're saying that is so that it doesn't turn color when if your coolant is yellow, you're putting yellow coolant in it. Right? If you put green, if I'm out of town, saying like Bancroft or North Bay or Thunder Bay, and I need some antifreeze, and my antifreeze is blue, and I can only get green, which is normal. You know, for years we had blue antifreeze. I can't remember the name of the company. It had a polar bear on the can. On the can. It came in a can. And then there was green. But it was exactly the same. Because antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze is antifreeze all day long, friends. Yeah. It's like making a cake. If you forget one ingredient on a cake mix, is it still a cake? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, antifreeze. If we miss one ingredient out of any, I don't care whose antifreeze it is, whose flavor, whose brand, whose container is prettier than the next one, miss one item, is it still antifreeze? Nope. It's something else. It's antifreeze and I don't know. So the reason it's different colors is so that it doesn't change color when you put it in. So if I'm in, like I said, Bancroft, Thunder Bay, North Bay, and I sprung a leak and I had to go and get a hose clamp from the hardware store and replace it, stop the leak, and all I can get is green, am I going to go, oh no, it's got to be yellow? Like it's calling for yellow. And it's the stuff that's in there is yellow. I can't put green in there. And why not? Because it's all the same recipe, folks. It's the same recipe. Unless you're into marine. Boats are different. They have special additives in there for corrosion to prevent the blocks from corroding because you're putting lake water and seawater, whatever, through your motor. But automotive, antifreeze, it's all the same recipe. So I'm definitely grabbing the jug of green concentrated antifreeze. That means if I want to have to add water, I'm adding the water. And it has to be filtered water, ozone, or dehydrated. No, not dehydrated water. Yeah. Well, we don't carry dehydrated water anymore. I'm sorry. We're all out. Anyways, that's where I'm going with that. I'm making fun of it because I just laugh my ASS off because there's prosumers and consumers. So can I take the green and put it in with the yellow, the orange, the blue? Yes. It's going to turn a different color, and it might not be pretty, but the recipe is still antifreeze. Yeah. Now let's talk about this long life stuff. It started coming out in 1992, and what we discovered was it could look perfectly healthy, but test acidic. So here's what we're testing for when we're checking your antifreeze. We're not just going for smiles and grins. Oh, it looks okay. Because if you watch the videos on our YouTube channel, you'll see that I'm testing 3 containers of different levels of antifreeze. So I'm going to, if you want to see, you need to go see. Because then you'll know. You'll be in the know. You'll know what I'm testing, how I'm testing it, why I'm testing it. And 3 separate containers have 3 different samples of antifreeze in it. You got to go see that at least a few times and then share it with your friends. Because this time of year is when I would instruct all my guys in the shop, self-included. I worked on the shop floor. I was not pushing paper. I worked with my hands, have my own toolbox, my own service bay for my customers that came into my service bay. And so I'm hands-on. We're checking for these items when we're looking at your antifreeze. This time of year, no vehicle would leave without having the antifreeze tested. Compliments of. And we would make recommendations on the work order to the customer. I prefer to call them clients. Customers never hang around. Clients hang around. They're loyal. Clients are loyal. I never wanted customers. Customers go for flavor of the month, and your cars are the worst maintained cars on the planet. There, I said it. And it's true. Because you go here for that, there for this, over there for that, this guy's got this, and then it shows up at my door, and I go, oh, where you been? Well, I just around. Yeah, I can tell. Yeah, I'm busy. I can't get it in for about 2.5 weeks. Oh, that's how you kindly get rid of them. Because I don't want to touch it. Because everybody else has poked at it, and you can see that, and I'm going, that's not right, and that's not right. As soon as I touch it, it's all me. So we're checking for pH balance, acid corrosion level, and alkalinity, and also the freeze point and boiling point. So if all you're testing for is freeze point and boiling point, you're missing the boat. That doesn't determine the coolant is okay to remain in service. And this is what we're finding with this high mileage, long-term antifreeze. And we've seen the same thing since 1992. In 1992, they started to introduce this long-life antifreeze that was eating cylinder heads, intake manifold gaskets, cylinder head gaskets, and damaging them. Why? Because we weren't testing for pH balance, acid corrosion level, and alkalinity. And if all we were testing at the time was how cold can it get before my antifreeze turns into half-set Jell-O pudding? Or how hot does it get outside before I boil over because my antifreeze isn't mixed properly? See, that's the importance of the blend, and this is why you go to the shelf in the store and it's pre-mixed for you. But I'm going to tell you this. If you can make a cake, you can mix your own antifreeze with water. It's that simple. Because here's the thing. You go into the store, you pay $16 to $22 for a jug of antifreeze that's pre-mixed for you. They've added the water. So how much are you paying for that antifreeze? Well, you're only getting half a jug. You following me? This is the prosumer versus the consumer. So you go in there, you're paying big bucks for premix. But you're only getting, if it's, let's call it a 4-liter jug, because they're now like 3.78. It's marketing. It's all marketing. So if you need 5 liters, you got to buy 2 jugs. It's like hot dogs, right? You get 8 hot dogs. I get 12 hot dogs, but a pack of 8 buns. It's all marketing. That's called being a consumer. And I don't like it. That's the only way you can get us to buy your product. Get lost. Thank you. Did I say that nice enough? Here's the thing. So the jug's 4 liters. It's premix for you. And you can grab it by the color so you can keep the same color in the radiator for you so you're happy. Or somebody's happy anyways. The guy's making money off of you. So 4-liter jug, you're buying 2 liters of antifreeze and 2 liters of water. Just saying. I don't buy premix. I can add my own water. I have empty jugs and I have them marked at 50% with a black Sharpie that shows halfway, and then I can take my distilled water or my filtered water right in the shop tap downstairs in the production room, and I can put 50% filtered water up to the black line on the 4-liter jug, and then I can take my concentrated antifreeze and fill the rest of it up. Now I have what? 50-50. There you go. Just like that. So I can take 1 jug of concentrated antifreeze and turn it into how many jugs? 2. The math's easy. That's what I like. 2. I can make 2 jugs of premix myself. And I'm going to pay the same kind of price for the concentrated stuff, around 16 to 22 bucks to get a jug of concentrated, and you're going to pay the same for only half a jug of antifreeze and 2 liters of water. Are you catching on? Anytime you can buy cleaning products, which I do, I go to a janitorial supply in Welland. I buy concentrated cleaning products because I know how to add water. You save a lot of money, friends. A lot of money. You sure do. So again, ladies, could you bake a cake from a cake mix? Then you can definitely mix your own antifreeze. 50-50. That's the blend. That gets us right in that sweet spot. It's not going to boil over. It's not going to freeze. That's all I got to know. That I have 50-50. So it's very important when we're checking your vehicle's antifreeze that we're looking for all those points. to make sure that the coolant is exactly where it needs to be. Because if it's not, it's doing cooling system damage. It's doing engine damage, and it's going to happen. The longer it stays in there, it's going to happen. That's why this long life stuff, I don't have it in my shop and never have. Even when I had a shop on the Hamilton Mountain, I stayed clear of all that long life antifreeze because it caused a lot of engine damage that costs you money. So, again, prosumer versus consumer. If you buy into it's good for there's different ones out there, 125,000 kilometers or 225,000 kilometers. That coolant's been heated and cooled all day, every single time you drive it. And if the vehicle sits a lot, guess what happens? The coolant becomes contaminated. And proof in the pudding is the car I'm working on, the series I'm working on, the cooling system is contaminated. I got to flush it out and clean it out, including the overflow jug. It's got some kind of scum in there, and what that is settlement from the antifreeze. It starts to separate. It's getting old. It gets old, and it turns sludgy. So we got to get it out of there. So this long life stuff, they can keep it. It's my engine. It's my money when that engine goes down, not theirs. And antifreeze is cheap compared to any engine work. I'm telling you that straight up. Engine work is big money because it's long hours and it has to be done right and tight because that's the engine. We're working on the power plant. So am I going to squeak out a few bucks in my pocket by putting long life antifreeze in my car? Absolutely not. Not when you've seen what I've seen. The damage it does, you got to be kidding me. I'm going to save a handful of bucks that can't even buy me an engine when it's done. And if you want to see proof in the pudding, yes, we have a video. We have a series of videos up on a 1997 Jeep TJ Wrangler that I found and rescued it. And that was one of the first series we did on our YouTube channel out of the 500 videos, was taking a vehicle out of the wrecking yard and putting it back out on the road. And the keys are on the hook if you want to take it for a drive now. It's just had some Jesse done to it up in Waynfleet at the exhaust shop. So the exhaust is all custom done, and he changed welded in a new bracket for the suspension and steering. So now you can hop in it and tootle it around the block if you want, take it down the street. That's taking something from nothing and turning it into something. And at the end of the day, I've just got to do some internal body work from water damage getting inside the cab. Then it'll be ready to go for safety and down the road. And then we're going to let all of you look at all the videos and determine how much do you think we spent on that. And it's going to blow your mind. That's all I'm going to say. A lot of my friends are even saying, you spent a fortune on that. Really? Okay. I'll let you know when you can take a guess. And whoever guesses correctly is going to win an amazing gift package from the Car Connection Workshop. So, if you go into our YouTube channel and you look up the 1997 Jeep TJ Wrangler and scroll through till you find in the library the cooling system, and I show you what destroyed that vehicle that put it into, finally, that was the final blow for whoever owned it prior to, that put it into the wrecking yard. Took the motor out. And I'll tell you this, cooling system failure. Catastrophic cooling system failure. But it was happening for a while, and somebody was ignoring it till it got to the next level, and that was it. Kaplooey. It's over. So, what are my thoughts on this long life coolant? I don't touch it. I'll go with the regular flavor, and I'll make sure that my system is cleaned out on my vehicles every 24 months, because antifreeze is cheap as compared to engine components or complete engine failure due to a cooling system gasket failing and causing destruction. And that's what happens, friends. That's exactly what happens. So all all these years that have passed since 1992, when the long life Dexcool hit the shelves, us techs that were into it because we're into it, we're car enthusiasts, said this is going to be a problem, folks. And we kept an eye on it. And we were testing for all those things, pH balance, acid corrosion level, and alkalinity, and we saw the readings going out through the roof. It turns acidic. But at what point does that happen? At the 224,000 mark? Or at the 60,000 kilometer mark? If somebody's not testing it on a regular basis, it can look good and smell good, but it's actually detrimental to your vehicle's cooling system and engine. So that's what I'm saying. The short of it is, it's not in any of my vehicles, and it never will be and never has been since 1992. Coolant is coolant. The Dexcool has properties to it that turn the coolant poisonous to your vehicle's engine. And I don't care what salesman says what. We've been watching this since 1992, and it hasn't changed. It still does the same thing. So we go with the regular flavor, and that's just fine. It's been working fine for decades. For decades. All the way back to the days of the Model A, where they had coolant in a tin can. I think it was called Atlas. I don't know if they still make it or not. There was only two brands at that time. It was Atlas, and the other can had a polar bear on it. I'll have to Google that. I can't remember it for some reason. I think that one is still actually around. So tomorrow, we're going to jump into talking about the radiator, and then following that, the heater core. How important all these things are in your cooling system. So I'm breaking down the cooling system a component at a time, and we started with antifreeze because that's where it all starts, friends. It starts, the cooling system revival starts with the antifreeze. And this series, as I mentioned already, on the 92 Volkswagen Cabriolet Carmen, that coolant's been sitting in there since 2008. Yeah, there's a backstory on that car. You might want to watch that. I don't want to share it on the podcast, but it's the backstory is on the YouTube video, the introductory video, which is out already. It's out and it's uploaded and it's on the channel. So tomorrow, come back for another Motormouth Morning Drive. We're going to get into completely the radiator, and there's a video coming up where I cut a radiator completely in half, and it's what we call is that a cross flow? Yes, cross flow radiator. There's two different types of radiators, and I explain that in that video, but in that video you get to see the inside workings of the radiator, and what we know as radiators get older, they plug up from the bottom up. So you actually get to see that in that video. That's why I cut it in half. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. Happy, healthy motoring, friends. Peace, patience, and kindness always. Thanks for tuning in. Share us with all your car gals and guys, widows, divorced, single, whatever situation. Let's help as many people as we can to prevent from getting ripped off out there in the automotive service world, because it happens. It happens all the time. So we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early, for another Motormouth Morning Drive. We'll see you then. See you in the next one. You going to come back? Perfect. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.